Hey guys, what's going on? This is Travis P11 and the official mascot of the YouTube channel Ammo Cat. And today we've got something very special for you here. We are checking out a Kel-Tec PMR-30. And this particular handgun is on loan to us from SS Pawn in Lexington, Nebraska. Give Stan a call over at SS Pawn, and he is obviously he's an FFL firearms dealer. And he can give you a great deal on many firearms that they have to offer. This gun has an MSRP of around $483, and I want to get some of the basic specifics out to you on this firearm. Again, if it wasn't for SS Pawn, I would not have this firearm, and I wouldn't be able to do a range test on it. I will be firing 30 grain Hornady VMAX ammo through it, 22 mag ammo. I had to go out of town to get ammo for it, but I did find it, and really wasn't as expensive as I thought it was going to be. This was only $13 for 50 rounds at Shields, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. This particular Kel-Tec PMR-30 is finished in Cerakote frame. Well, it's a Cerakote frame finish, right? And the color is called Patriot Brown. And just a few things you need to know about it. It is chambered for 22 Magnum, WMR. You've got a 4.3 inch fluted barrel, a blued slide, and the action says single action, but I mean it's a semi-automatic pistol. 13.6 ounces, and I can verify that weight. I did put it on a scale. I basically had 14 ounces or just a shade under 14 ounces, so that is the weight dry, which is pretty fantastic. Picatinny accessory rail. I mean, it's got a huge rail, almost like that Diamondback 9mm pistol or like an Arsenal Strike 1. Man, you could put just about any kind of tactical device underneath there that you wanted to. Let's see, other features. We've got the heel magazine release, your European style release on the bottom. And we've got a 4140 steel barrel and slide. And unlike a lot of the other gun reviews that I normally do, this one I'm actually going to do a disassembly on it, mainly because it was a bit of a learning process for me to figure out how to take this apart. I mean, the instruction manual is absolutely fantastic. And I got to be honest with you, there's two reasons why I paid extra special attention to the instruction manual in this gun. Many times, I can just watch a YouTube video and I'm finished. But this time, you can hang out? I guess not. All right. But this time I decided to go ahead and just really read through the manual and see what it tells me to do, because, 22s, they can be a little interesting sometimes when it comes to disassembly. If you own any of the Ruger Mark pistols, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, this gun does have a 30 round magazine. I guess you could say it's double stack. Yeah, it's double stack. And you can go 30+1 actually. When I actually range test this, I'm going to do probably 20 rounds in each mag. I'm going to put around about 10 rounds through before I start filming, just to make sure I can fire it comfortably and then go from there. As for the firearm itself, let's just go ahead and double check and make sure it's safety check. I just got done cleaning this about 20 minutes ago, so we're going to take it apart again and go ahead and safety check it. Okay, we are clear. Go ahead and let's see here. Oh, got it. I keep wanting to go for a thumb release on the slide. I'm so not used to the European style. I'm going to slowly release the slide. It says not to just chuck it closed if you have an empty chamber. That was in the instruction manual. Okay. We'll just go ahead and put the magazine back in it. Okay, so we are clear. Now, the trigger itself, it has just a little bit of give. I mean, literally just stops. And after that, if you pull it, you can dry fire it. I'm going to go ahead and dry fire it. The manual says you're not supposed to do it on a regular basis, but you can do it whenever you need to do it. And this is one of those times, for the sake of the camera, we'll go ahead and dry fire. But normally, I do not dry fire a 22 caliber anything, okay? Unless I had some sort of a snap cap or something like that in there. So anyway, just a nice, crisp let go, and that's it. I'm not going to do the reset or anything like that. I mean, I'm going to say it's probably like 5 pounds maybe, just guessing. Unfortunately, I don't have a pound weight meter. It is comfortable in the hand. It is a very deep grip, I guess you could say. It's very wide, almost like maybe like a, oh man, it's like a 50 caliber or something. I don't know. It's not very wide though. I mean, it's like deep this direction, but not that direction. So anyway, overall thickness is just a little over an inch. It's really not that bad. It's very lightweight. It's almost front end light. You're so used to having top heavy guns or guns that have a little more weight in the top of them. I do love the slide mechanism. It's very cool. It does have a slide release on this side. It's ambidextrous safety, which is good. But man, that's just so cool how that works. I don't know, it's just a neat design. I really like the rails and so on and how that functions. But yeah, so it is lightweight. We'll see how the recoil is when I actually take it out and test fire it this week. Put a few rounds through it. Construction seems fairly sturdy. I mean, it's a very hard plastic. When you squeeze on it, there's no give or bending or flexing. It's basically bolted together from the side. and you've got the nuts on the other side. So I mean, really, it is a very sturdy construction. Even though a big chunk of this is plastic, which would probably attribute to the low weight for it. It's kind of your top view on it. It is listed with a 22 WMR in the slide there, which is good. So that way you know what your caliber is in case you buy one, you're not familiar with it. So let's just do a basic disassembly on this gun. Now I've only done this one time, so I'm gonna be as careful as I can. Now the instruction manual did say to make sure you got your magazine out. It also said to check to make sure the gun's not loaded, which it's not. It also said to put the safety on, so we did that. And then it says to go ahead and just push the pin out. Now I was expecting the slide to fly forward on it, or I'd have to pull the trigger to release it like a lot of other guns, and that's not the case. So I just take a little center punch right here, just push the pin, pull it out. Now let's just push it through all the way. There we go. Okay, pull the pin out. There you go. You just simply, I slowly, carefully just slide the slide forward. And here's your lower. Real long rails that everything rides in. It's all polymer. You do have metal right here where the lower part of the feed ramp is, okay? Let's get that in focus for you. There we go. Really, the rear is similar to a lot of other double action pistols that you might have seen before, okay? And you've got your metal rails in the back, which is pretty cool. And it's very lightweight lower. You can really feel some of the weight in the back where your hammer mechanism are and your springs and so on, or whatever you want to call it, part of the lower part of the striker mechanism. All right, now the actual slide itself, it's got a little bit of weight to it. It's basically all steel, it's all metal. Okay, it does have a buffer up here in the front that you'll take out when you disassemble it. And I think they call this a barrel block, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% on all the terms. You've got real long rails that everything rides in, which is really cool. Let's get that in focus. There we go. All right, so now what you have to do is you have to relieve some of the tension on the recoil spring. Okay, so you simply pull forward on it and lift up. Recoil spring comes out. It's not easy the first time, especially if you're a little unsure about what you're doing. You want to be careful with it, obviously. The little buffer piece here is going to come out. Now this can only fit in one way, and there are two little divots down there that it can go into. Okay, so I'll just set that down. You just pull forward, and your barrel block will come out, and then just simply lift up. Okay, and then you just pull back, and you can just take your barrel right out. Okay, and then you've got the inside of the slide, which I've got it heavily lubricated because I'll be taking this to the range soon. So I want to make sure that it is nice and clean when I go out. If I can get this in focus. There we go. There you go. Check out the sides. You got your slides in there. Rails, sorry. Okay, and then the barrel itself, I mean, it is, it says it's got the fluted design on the end here. I always thought that fluted meant that it had some kind of like ridges or something in the barrel. Okay, the back here, okay, this is your feed ramp. One way you can tell that you're putting the gun back together correctly is this, your feed ramp obviously is going to be towards the bottom of the lower receiver. You got a couple blocks there. One thing about this, man, it just kind of reminds me almost of like a Ruger 1022, just the mechanisms and all the parts of it. You've got your extractors here. Let's see if we can get this. Maybe not. Yeah, I figured it'd be difficult. Anyway, you have two extractors down here, which are very reminiscent of a bolt action 22 rifle, okay, which is very cool. Very tiny area where the firing pin is. It took a little bit of work and some Q-tips to really get this cleaned out, but it's not impossible. It's fairly easy to work with. And also you've got your fiber optic sights. I don't know if I'd mentioned that before. Front looks like it may be adjustable. It doesn't look like it's staked. It might be, I think it's dovetailed in there, but they are plastic. Obviously you'd want to be really careful when you adjust them. Reassembly, again, all you have to do is just, you got your slide, set it down. Okay, to make sure you got your feed ramp facing up. Okay, just go ahead and pull your barrel forward a little bit, and you just kind of lock up, you line up these little locking lubs with the ridges in the slide. Okay, you drop your bolt barrel, or I'm sorry, your barrel block back in here and just push back. Go ahead and take your buffer, your little rubber buffer, and push that back into place. Very simple. Take your guide rod and your steel spring. You want to put it in the front first. It'll actually fit in the little notch below the barrel. Relieve some of the tension on the spring itself, and then just push it right back into place, and it all just snaps back in. it's good to go, no problems. Reassembly, again, all you have to do is take the lower receiver. It's kind of awkward doing this from behind the camera, I apologize. And slide back onto your rails. There you go. Just goes back into place and it really just stops. Now obviously you don't want to forget to put your frame pin back into place too. Let's see, thought that only goes in one way, but I think we're actually okay. You can go either way that you want to. Yep. Again, frame pin just goes right back in there. Good to go. All right, go ahead and check the action. Always a good sign. I have not actually even used the slide release button. I will when I'm firing it out at the range. It's a very, very cool gun. You know, I don't know much about the ballistic efficiency of a 22 Magnum, but okay, we'll go and dry fire one last time. Like I said, a little bit of give. You can definitely tell when it's going to break. That's it. Done. I don't really know much about the ballistic efficiency of 22 Magnum. I don't know if this is something you'd want for self-defense. What I can tell you is having 30 rounds handy with another 30 in a second mag would probably take care of just about any assailant if you'd ever need to use this to defend yourself. I really haven't looked much up about the history of this gun or the purpose or idea behind it. I mean, it's a very cool, futuristic looking firearm. It's very lightweight. My wife definitely commented on how lightweight it was and how simple it was for her to manipulate the slide and to hold. So yeah, that's just kind of a fun little, obviously firearm. I wouldn't call it a toy, but definitely something that you could just kind of mess around with if you wanted something totally different. I love the design. I wish I could get a design like this, like in a 9mm. That would just be sweet. Yeah, 22 mag, you know, I'm gonna look up some of the ballistics effectiveness of this round. I mean, it's almost like you got yourself a little mini 223. Well, obviously you do, but you know, it's just kind of its own style, a little bit smaller, obviously, than a 223 in terms of grain weight. And the interesting thing about this gun is it did come with a card that tells you what ammo to use through it and what ammo to not use through it. It basically said, stay away from any foreign-made ammo. And the funny part is the first place I went to, all they had was Arms Corps 22 mag, and that's specifically on the list of ammo you're not supposed to use. And then also Fiocchi. I don't know if it's just because I honestly have no idea why you wouldn't be able to use it, but that's just what they say. So I wanted to stick with, I've got some Remington downstairs also that Stan gave me from SS Pawn to run through it. But yeah, so I picked up the Hornady VMAX and we're going to test out and see how it goes. So yeah, this is kind of a cool gun. I know there's some really flashy gun videos on this pistol that you can check out, and I'm going to see like if I can even hit like a silhouette from 100 yards. I'm kind of curious. With this hot of a round, there is the rimfire range that I can shoot this on at the Rob Jeffrey range that I belong to. And yeah, might just see how it goes. So there you go, guys. All right, so the Kel-Tec PMR-30. I really don't know. I should have checked the prices before to see what these retail for on the internet. $450, I'm guessing, $450. Like I said, with an MSRP of $483. Stan over at SS Pawn usually does a good job beating that MSRP price. You know, it always depends on the gun and availability. But very cool piece. I really don't want to let this one go, but I don't have a choice because it's not mine. So after we take it to the range and shoot it, we'll bring it back home and clean it, and I'll do a range video so you can see the accuracy of it and so on. All right, guys, so there you have it. So if you do like my videos, please like or subscribe. You can check me out over on the Ordinary Average Guy Gun channel. Also, I'm on Instagram and Twitter. All the information will be at the bottom of the video. Go ahead and give SS Pawn a call at 1-308-746-7700. And if you're kind of a late tuner into my videos, one of the reasons why I keep pushing SS Pawn is because Stan is loaning me guns from his private collection. And essentially, I mentioned the business. I've done a lot of business with him. He's never done me wrong before. And so I just said, hey, I'll mention your shop on the channel, and if you loan me guns, I'll be happy to not to spend money on them, because I bought quite a few of them this year. So anyway, there you have it, guys. Oh, another thing too, we're getting close to 400 subscribers. To me, it's a big deal, you know, considering I had like 75 just a couple months ago, and I've really tried to pick up the channel. I'm having a blast with these videos. But if we hit 400 subscribers, I'd like to do a Q&A episode where you put your questions in the dialog box below the video, and I'll put everybody's names into a hat, so to speak. I'll do a little digital name draw program, and one lucky viewer is going to get some sort of a prize. I haven't thought about what to give yet. I've got lots of things in mind, a lot of cool ideas. A lot of it kind of depends on where you are. I don't know. I may not be able to legally send you something like, say, a knife through the mail. If you win, also, I'd have to verify your age. But anyway, we're getting close to 400 subs, guys. So please like or subscribe to the channel. Okay, thank you for watching. I appreciate your support, guys. And have fun, be safe, enjoy the rest of your holiday weekend. And we will talk to you soon with those range videos. I probably won't be filming them until this week. And when I do go out, I might only have time to do 1 or 2 guns per range video. So I'll break them up into a few different segments. But thanks for watching, guys. And we will talk to you later. Okay, thanks. Bye.